Hey, hey,
Hey,
hey.
you know what it is, y'all. Savage AF. Forget your feelings. Facts matter. We'll be cursing in 4 minutes and 15 seconds. In the
4 minutes
meantime,
15.
in
Four
between
ish.
time, I'm your boy Black Pedro. This guy.
I am Shang, aka Big Pun.
Hey, you know what it is. That being said, Savage AF. Forget your feelings. Facts matter. We are the
Do
show
facts
that brings
matter?
you
Do facts matter though? For
to some
real?
of us, to this show.
Facts
We
matter.
we do bring you politics, hot topics, current events, in an I don't give a fluff kind of
Fluff way.
style. Again, we'll be cursing in 3 minutes and 45
Well,
seconds.
it depends. It might be slip out before then, but I also want to let you
Hopefully
guys
not.
know, you know what? It's not just about what we're saying. It's about what you're doing. And what you're doing is,
In order
as
to
you see it
support what we're
scrolling
saying.
down there, because say you miss us live.
Listen, because we're live Monday through Friday,
Right.
typically
It happens.
3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, typically on YouTube and Facebook Live, typically. But if you happen to maybe load another rock into your crack pipe, right?
Right.
We've all done it, right? The mushrooms kicked in earlier than you thought they would, right?
Right.
You got arrested. Okay.
That happens.
All of these things happen
You
daily
woke up, you woke up nude in the baboon cage at the zoo.
at the zoo.
It happens.
That's
I
that's
I know it's happened to me at least 3 times.
And that's why we don't judge
We
people
don't judge people. That's
for such behavior. What we do is archive our shows on our YouTube channel. It's scrolling at the bottom of the screen, youtube.com/C, like the letter, the third letter, /C/ Savage AF World. All right. YouTube.com/C/Savage AF World. All the shows are there. If you ever miss us live, make sure you
right. I
get
don't know why I did that.
yeah.
So creepy.
Some
Like,
kind of time
yeah,
organist,
yeah.
pianist. It's just
What
like,
kind of shit is that?
I'm playing the
I'm
notes of
playing the
all
notes.
time.
What I need you to do is you see it scrolling, but you ain't done. You think you're done, but you're not done. I'm
Subscribe,
telling you what you're gonna
notify,
do. You subscribe to the goddamn channel, and if you don't, there'll be a
subscribe, get
smacking.
notified.
Somebody's gonna get smacked. Goddamn bell, and don't make
One
me tell you
smack.
again. I swear to God, I see some people jumping in the feed, and I'm telling you right now, if you people don't tell the people about this goddamn show, there's gonna be ramifications, repercussions. Gonna have to come over your house. So I'm gonna smack the
Oh,
living dog poop out of you. All right?
why
Now,
would dog poop be living
I'm
inside
just
of you?
saying, in case you had some dog poop, you know what people say that it's a saying. Don't you ever correct me. All
Okay,
right?
no, I wasn't. It was. I was looking
Hey,
for
don't you ever go
clarification.
against the family? Don't you?
Fredo, I know it was you.
I know it was you,
All right,
Fredo. You broke
listen.
my heart.
Speaking of getting kicked out of the family, some people can't use YouTube anymore, bro. They won't let you have a page. They won't let you log in and do it because you said something. You posted a
You
video.
did something. You
You
said
did
something.
something. But guess what? There's a space. It's called Meta World Face Place, I think. Facebook. But
Facebook.
here's the thing. We have a channel there as well where we go live simultaneously. You see it above our heads. So you want to do Savage, but then you want to do A dot F dot. Okay, so Savage A dot F dot on
Very important.
Facebook. When you get there, man, the thing that sets us apart from like even like dolphins are extremely intelligent, but you know what they don't have?
So I've heard.
They do not have these opposing
They don't have
thumbs.
thumbs. That's
And
why, you know
how
what?
do we know we like stuff?
That's why you
Thumbs
never
up.
see dolphins play the violin. They
They
can't.
don't. They really. And also,
Yeah.
I don't think they read treble clef.
Right.
Could be a
Uh,
problem.
Could be a problem. Wow, he went real technical, but I'm gonna go real basic. Get your goddamn thumbs
Yeah.
up on the goddamn thing. God damn it. Up on all of our media. And then finally, before we jump right into this show, because that's what's gonna happen, and there ain't nothing you can do
We're
about it.
jumping in. You
There's
can,
nothing you can do
our show.
about it. Yes, your ass is hurting. Pay the nurse on the way out. You need to follow us on the goddamn gram. I'm
On the
in one.
gram, damn,
I'm in a
bam,
mood and
gram.
a damn gram. Damn on the gram at Black Pedro. Black BLACK. Black Pedro.
God damn it.
Right?
If we gotta spell the word black for you,
Yes. I remember we were doing the show and somebody was like, Black
with a
Pedro.
Q,
They couldn't. They thought it was BLAQ. No, it's black like.
like with a silent W,
Yeah.
nigga. That being said, also follow at comedian Shang, which
Bam.
is not, people also have a problem with your name. Like they think it's Shane or Shank
Shank. Which I
or
don't mind that one.
Sham.
I kind of
It's
like Shank.
yeah. No, Uncle Stabby, the Uncle Stabby
Uncle
part of you
Stabby.
likes Shank.
Something
But
about that.
if you can't remember comedian Shang, just think about it as comedians hang.
Right. With an
Because we
S in
do.
there.
We hang up. But anyways, it's comedian Shang
And
on
Threads.
the twin cousin app
Yes.
to Instagram. Yeah, on Threads at Black Pedro at comedian Shang. That being said, let's say what's up to Damani Jones.
Make sure that you
Uh
represent
look,
for
look at
Threadro.
they call me Threadro Douglas.
I don't know why you got a double sideburn. Look at that.
Because my that's just indicative of my Photoshop skills. Damani Jones is in the building. Bronda is Miss Unpredictable. You
Yes.
just don't know what the woman gonna do.
Yeah.
Kevin Keith is in the building. They say never trust a man with two first names, but we'll see how he acts today.
Yeah.
Maya Baker's here.
Maya Baker's here. And
AJ
Uncle
Fit.
Stabby's here. Uncle Stabby don't give a goddamn. Sometimes you got to stab a motherfucker.
Hey,
Okay.
that's the only way they know you.
I remember when I was young, they gave me my first pocket knife. Guess what I did? Stab, 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 nigga. That's all.
And that
I
was
did.
before they had pockets.
Yeah, exactly. It was just walk
just
around. Nigga,
it was called your side knife.
stab, stab, stab. They would just be like, "Why is he stabbing so many people? You don't know what his name is?" Shit.
AJ Fit is moving kilos in the building, and it's not drugs, guys. It's literally just weight. It's like, oh, you need your car over here.
Wow,
we'll take your Volkswagen.
We haven't even gone for the rundown on the run up, and you already starting from deep. My Baker says, so the government shutdown is coming, which it is. No speaker in sight, which is a fact, and 2 wars. Buckle up. Oh, let me tell you something.
First of all, this car don't come with seatbelts. Ha! Got your ass. Should have checked the Craigslist details.
Yeah, get your tickets for the tickets for the go through the windshield trip.
Yeah. This is
America.
America is the crash test dummies of democracy. Trust me.
We are fucking up. So not we. It ain't us. Shit. It ain't me and Pedro. We ain't fucking up. But I'm gonna tell you who is fucking up. The government and Biden today. Before we get into it, Biden today, I understand you taking an unequivocal stance for Israel, but there is nuances to it. And for you to act as though there's nothing going on from the other side, and some of the stuff that was done wasn't heinous on both sides, is ridiculous. You have to have a more moderate stance than just I'm down for Israel. You got to be like, I'm down for peace. I don't want either one of these motherfuckers killing each other and blood running through the street. Israel needs to get it together with some of the and accept some of the shit that they did, and Hamas, which is a terrorist organization, needs to accept some of the fucking shit stuff they did, and both come together and try to figure out peace.
No. So this is where Hamas is a terrorist organization. Like it's like we talk about it all the time, Shang, with Charles Blow. Like you don't meet a bigot or a terrorist in this case halfway. But so like no, you don't meet Hamas halfway.
No, I didn't know. They both
we need a 2-state solution.
Right.
Hamas needs to be eradicated.
Okay, Hamas needs to be eradicated.
Like the KKK,
but what? Yeah,
or Nazis or any of that, right? Like,
but the Palestine, or
that's
Palestine,
different. That's not.
Palestine does not. But a lot of the innocent people in Palestine are taking the brunt of it, and what everybody says around the world, an open air prison.
Yeah, no, of course. No, but what you just said was like Hamas and Israel need to meet halfway. It's like no,
No, I didn't say
not
that.
Hamas. You did.
No, Hamas. Okay, no, Hamas needs to
And
stop
somebody
doing
back
the
me up.
dumb shit. No, I said stop. Israel needs to accept some of the bullshit they did, and Hamas needs to stop doing the bullshit. So there's not blood running in the streets.
Well,
That's what
just needs to be ended, right?
it needs to be ended. Stop.
It's a terrorist organization.
Stopped is okay. Stop. Okay.
Yeah,
Stop.
like we yeah.
That's why I said stopped.
I got you. But
Just
the way in which that occurs is, I think, ultimately the debate, the question, and the problem, and hopefully the solution one day. All right, so that's not today's show because this could eat up a whole other thing, right?
no. The other show, I was
Today,
surprised. It really did.
today is Thursday, October 19th, 2023, in the time space continuum. This is Savage AF. Fuck your feelings, facts matter. Black Pedro, comedian Shang. We're going to end today's show, all right, with the Shangry. I don't know if this is the new Pledge of Allegiance, but today's Shangri is America, home of the bullshit, land of the fuckery.
Yeah, that's exactly.
I mean, no fuck with the fuckery.
Fuck already.
All right, man. But that being said,
Pussy boy.
before we get into that, I'm gonna give you a combo Black Pedro pop-in. Motherfucker say what?
Which is not the combos usually, but aren't,
It's a black motherfucking Pedro say what?
Yeah,
I don't know if that's a thing, but anyways,
that is the thing.
The gorilla missed the point.
Okay, wow.
Okay, so
I
there's
like
a
what you
gorilla in
did
the
there.
mist,
I like
and
what you did there.
she did it. But
Yeah.
before we get into that, ring around the rosy, pocket full of posies, ashes, ashes, we all fall down. I don't know if you guys remember that old childhood nursery rhyme. Ring around the rosy, pocket full of posies, ashes, ashes, we all fall down, right? And then everybody, you would like dance in a circle, and then we all fall down, and everybody would drop. Much later in life, probably in my early 30s, late 20s, I learned that nursery rhyme was about the Black Plague in Europe. And when people died from the plague, people would bring a pocket full of posies, which are flowers, and lay them on the grave, and we all thought everybody gonna die. Everybody gonna die. Well, in this case, Trumpty Dumpty. You see how I transition, Shang? Trumpty Dumpty is a black plague in the Republican Party and American politics. And they are all falling down. That being said, Trumpty Dumpty lawyer Sidney Powell, right, who looks like a female Nick Nolte.
Well, I wouldn't say Nick Nolte. Nick Nolte's
Gary Busey at best. Nick Cage at his worst.
I think
like Nick Cage is prettier than she is.
No, what? No, wait a minute.
I don't even know what that means.
You wouldn't hit that?
I mean, with a bus, FedEx truck.
FedEx truck.
He said Sidney Powell, one of Trump.
Creepy. She looks so creepy.
Look at that. Hold on. Leave it there. I want to pull that in. I want you to see. That's Saw. She looks like Saw right there. Saw. Like if Saw covered up the bullseye shit on the eyes or whatever, or the mouth, whatever. She looks like Saw.
She looks like she was hired like a puppet.
She was hired by the former president of the United States to represent him in his battles in the big lie against courts. Here's the thing. Ultimately, she, along with Trumpty Dumpty and a few others, was indicted by Fonnie Willis in Georgia for attempts to tamper with the election process and the actual machines that determine that process. And on the eve of, because tomorrow she was supposed to go to court, Sidney Powell pleads guilty, my nigga. Pleads guilty and becomes state's evidence at that point. Part of the plea, I believe, part of the guilty plea is that she is also agreeing to testify against your boy.
Against Trump, aka Melt. He looks like a pumpkin that's melting. It's a wrap, y'all. No, it's not. Yay! I just wanted to sucker y'all in. Get the fuck out of here. I don't care what person flips on him. I don't care if if y'all believe in God and the Bible, if Jesus came down to earth, they are gonna let this corny orange cunt stick get off. He's gonna get off.
No, Shane. You know, I know
y'all
you love.
are wrong.
I know you love to get into this space of he's not going to jail. Ain't nothing gonna happen to him. No. This is the process. I do want to acknowledge AJ. He was saying that Saw is the movie, Jigsaw is the killer. So okay, you got me there. Sidney Powell doesn't look like Saw. She looks like Jigsaw.
Jigsaw.
Yeah. With a wig. So Wigsaw, maybe we'll call it Wigsaw.
Wigsaw.
But either way.
Wigsaw works better.
Wigsaw. But that being said, you know, Shang, I know.
Wait, look, WDMA Warrior says it too. Trump's still not going to jail.
No, he didn't say
Yes,
Trump.
He did.
No, he didn't say Trump not going to jail. He said Trump still not in jail. And that's not something I would ever argue against. Obviously, Trump right now is not in jail. And when you say still, he has never been. So no. Yeah, he's not in jail now. But what we're looking at is what I thought was so once Mar-a-Lago came out, I'm like, this is easy. This is open shut. The man had documents. They said, hey, you have these documents. We need them back. He said, cool. Sent some. They were like, oh, we still need these others. He's like, I don't have those. And they're like, no, you do. And he's like, they're mine. And then they came and got them. And then afterwards, he was like, but they mine. Right?
Yeah,
so Mar-a-Lago is pretty easy. It's like, did he have documents that he was not supposed to have? Yes. And he's admitted to it publicly. So open shut. But 1A to me, this other part is Georgia, where he called Brad Raffensperger. He's openly said over and over again that they were trying to stop the results in Georgia. Sidney Powell got caught up in that conversation, became an ill advisor, and you know, now has decided to plead guilty. And I want to let you guys know that when an attorney is indicted on charges and then ends up ultimately, after stalling out as long as she could, pleading guilty, that means that Fonnie Willis got your ass. Got your ass, Mr. Poe. Oh, got your bitch. Got your ass, Mr. That means she knows. So if they got her,
stop
no, bro, no, bro.
PEDRO, stop it.
She pled guilty.
Stop it. I don't care.
If they got her, they got him.
No, they don't.
You understand me?
No, they don't.
No. Listen. They're like the charges are. It's like 6 different counts. Hold on, listen. It's 6 different counts, and the reality is, they're charging her with like an attempt to take over voting machines and basically corrupt them, right? Like look into them, pull the data out, blah, 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 like seize voting machines. Okay. Where do you think if she's pleading guilty to it, that means, you got me. Okay, guys. Okay. Yeah.
Not at all.
I was trying to steal machine. No. Hold on.
Okay, no. Finish what you're saying, and I'm gonna tell you why.
Of course.
Because they're gonna use a scapegoat. You've heard the word scapegoat.
But she says Okay, you got me. I plead guilty.
Bullshit.
Do you think this was her mandate? Do you think that Sidney Powell on her own was like, you know what? I personally want to take over voting machines to influence the outcome of the election? Or do you think that as a representative of the president of the United States at that time, the man on the right, that she was operating on a mandate from above? Right?
But
And
it
that's what this plea, that's what this
no,
guilty plea is about. It's she was directed by Trumpty Dumpty to act illegally.
I
And
disagree.
and she has been flipped like a flapjack at the goddamn Waffle House, nigga.
Okay.
And I'm telling you,
Okay, let me say something. Shit.
by the way, the Waffle House does serve pancakes.
Yeah, okay. Wigsaw, let me tell you about
Yeah. I
Wigsaw.
forgot we called it that.
Wigsaw.
And now
And
it's
there's a
back.
key, and it's buried in
If
your
you chew
chest.
off your own arm.
If you dig out the key, you go free. No, she is going to be, they're going to use a whole bunch of people as scapegoats, and everybody but Trump is going to jail. He's not in jail now. He's not going to jail. Now, he was surprised that she flipped. He was like, oh my God, oh no. But bottom line is, I'm going to tell you right now, he's not going to jail because white people, and I'm not going to say all white people in power are not going to put this man in jail. They're also punks. They punk bitches because they're afraid of his base. And they know that white people in the streets will lose their fucking mind. And then we're going to have to kill a bunch of people in the streets because they are going to lose their shit if they put Trump in jail. If they put Trump in jail, even though he is absolutely a loser, it doesn't matter.
Powell is folding.
No.
Sidney Powell folds. A Trump advisor, legal advisor, who's in the room when these decisions about fake electors and you know machine voting machine sequestering is occurring. Like that's
okay.
Damani Jones says she can't go down on her own. I don't know who dick she sucked. Okay, so whoever she go down on, whatever. But
I
no. The point is, like D Jones, listen. If she was gonna go down, no, bro. If she was gonna go down on her own, she would have ate the cases like Weebay, nigga. Like on some old wire shit, nigga. She would have ate them cases up. Be like, yeah, I killed everybody. I don't give a fuck. Fuck it, right? Instead, she's like, okay, I'm guilty of this, but she's going state's evidence. That means she's got shit to say.
Or she's gonna do 6 years. She might just take the rap.
No, because like she's gonna get probation and might, as a first offender, and might be able to keep her legal license. And for a woman like this, for anybody like this, that's everything. Like if she can, yes, nigga, she was Simone Biles her way the fuck out of this case and flip. She'll do a double Yachenko.
I don't think so.
This bitch will set Olympic records in flipping in order.
Okay, Pedro.
Freehead. You don't even live here no more.
Hold up. Look at the people.
He going to jail.
No, he's not. Listen. Look at everybody in the feed. Treehead says he ain't never going to jail. WDMA Warrior says, okay. I mean, we could go on and on. Over 20 people went to jail or prison from Trump's camp, but the orange shit stain is still free.
Because he's still on trial. They're still building the case.
They're still building
he's the big man. Like, bro, the big boss. You know, big boss. It's hard to bring just some little side case on a big boss. You gotta be
okay. But look,
I'm arriving with Kevin Keith.
Kevin Keith, read it.
He says Trump will plea out, and this
exactly.
But I've already said this. It's on record. Go to Savage AF, okay, on YouTube, right?
On
YouTube.com/C/Savage AF.
You can find it. You can find it.
But I have already said this on the record that is another scenario that I'm willing to accept. Is one where he pleads out, and within that plea agreement is disallowed from ever running for public office again.
But that ain't punishment.
Listen,
it's not punishment.
It is because he's ultimately after power.
Okay.
He's ultimately all of his moves were ultimately about
to stay out of jail.
that would be through the maintenance of power.
Okay, Trump. Okay, AJ Fit 365. Trump has already been caught up. They got proof. The dipstick has admitted ish, and he's still chill playing golf wherever. Will still stay free. To you, Pedro, will stay free and might not be able to run for office, which is still staying free.
I honestly, I will take that. I will take that because by the time all that plays out, he's 85 and half dead and irrelevant,
Okay,
anyways.
Miss Adverb said,
I'm telling you, if the man becomes president again or is even allowed to actually run or do it, like this country's over. This shit is done, dog. America's done. So I believe I'm not saying that lightly at this point. I'm looking into my camera right now, and I'm not telling you lightly. If Donald Trump is allowed to be president again and actually wins and through whatever process, whether through an actual legal vote process or the bullshit, America's done. It's
"No, it's
over.
not.
It's
Not
over.
to 36% of the snow heathens. Okay, the snow heathens in the country. The snow heathens are going to still be like, well, goddamn it, we got what we wanted. We wanted the number one loser of all losers to be in charge. He don't gotta be smart. He can talk all the shit he wants. He can shit out shit every time he gets a chance to talk. He's talking shit. But I'm saying he's going to. Everybody in the feed's trying to tell you, and Mr. Abrams said, "Free America."
Not everybody is. Not everybody is. I know
Most of
that
the people in the feed are saying that he's
well,
not
in
going to
in the
jail.
feed right now is fluid, Shang.
What?
God damn it!
Wait, look.
I know there's more eyes on this show than people are saying. Maya Baker says, "I agree with Pedro. A Trump presidency is game over for this country,
no, not at
our
all.
freedoms, and democracy."
Not at
it
all.
Absolutely,
no, it isn't, Pedro.
And Maya isn't even commenting on whether Trump will go to jail or whatever.
Or not.
It's just a simple
fact. If he wins,
fact.
if he beats, the Crypt Keeper, then I'm letting you know because he looks like the Crypt Keeper. That motherfucker's aging so fast.
No, both of these niggas are Nosferatu.
Okay, both of them. Yeah, they both are. But what I'm saying is the way he's aging, he looks bad. I saw him come off the airplane, and I thought, well, you need to just let it go. But the bottom line is, well, I'm gonna be old, so I am old. So I'm saying the bottom line is Pedro, that dookie faced chump. Wow,
nigga, no, he's talking about your
when
he shits out the mouth.
That shit is nasty.
It's tough for me every time.
but
like I'll be like, and then I'll look up and I'm like,
The reason Pedro's so wrong, and I just want to put that out. The reason is why this motherfucker in jail now? Because they are white people are the snow heathens, not all white people. A percentage of snow heathens are absolutely in no way, shape, or form going to hold him accountable for all his fuckery, because that means he has to hold America accountable for their fuckery. No. And America's not going to be over. No, it's not.
We talking about court cases, and this isn't a popularity contest.
It is a popularity contest.
No, it's not. He's already been indicted. He's been indicted by several jurors of Americans who are just a swath of Americans, right? So this isn't, but that's all it takes, nigga.
No, it don't.
Swath what I'm saying, nigga. In court, that's all it takes. It's 12 people, dog. It's 12 people. And when the evidence has been presented so far, 12 different individuals in various scenarios,
right,
or dozens, I should say, of individuals in different scenarios have decided, you know what, he should probably go to trial, right? Like grand juries have said, you know what, he probably did something wrong, we should send this up to a judge. Okay, so that being said, when you say that white Americans won't do this and white, it's not that
a percentage of white Americans,
right. But I'm saying is like that's not what we're talking about.
You said America's over if he becomes president.
Yes,
America already let this fuck stick become president. America is the one that put him in the position to win.
So obviously, we mean again.
Cult of personality. Cult of personalities can win. That's what they
post January 6th. If Trump becomes president again, this shit's over. Yeah, America's over. Yes. So because on January 6th, all the shit that happened, America stood up. The Constitution stood up. Joe Biden became president. Bills have been passed. Money has been spread out. Joe Biden has actually spread out checks, not motherfucking Trump. All the people like Trump sent checks out. Trump didn't send out no
That's a lot of
motherfucking
dumb.
checks.
There's a percentage
Trump
of dumb
didn't.
black
Trump
people
didn't.
that
Trump
think that's
wanted
the
to
case.
sign some checks that Congress passed through the motherfucking Chuck Schumer and Nancy Pelosi
and don't
the
sleep
Democratic
on
leadership.
and don't sleep on Hakeem, because Hakeem was definitely putting in work. But I'm saying the bottom line is America won't be over because America, big percentage of America still embraces fucking white supremacy. And that would be a prime example of white supremacy. They're going to let this shit happen, and that's it.
But in a court setting, on juries, that outside of nigger versus Alabama, it's hard to find. Like these juries are more balanced out now.
Pedro, more people are coming into the feed saying the same shit. Nothing going to happen. Waste the taxpayers' money. And the Carolina boss just jumped in. Everybody's saying the same thing except for you.
Everybody's not everybody. First of all, Maya, I think
Maya agreed with you.
So that's not, let us represent. Miss Adverb is high. Okay. We know her medication is off.
And AJ Fitz said Trump wants to be a dictator. He absolutely does. If it was up to him, he would have never came out of office. But the bottom line is, if he wins, because people are ageist and and Biden's not the strongest fucking candidate. Let's be real. The bottom line is, it shows you what America really is: a white supremacist fucking organization that pretty much supports lies, deceit, corruption, and everything else that is blatant corruption. They don't care. Somebody said, I don't care if he shot somebody. I'd still be down with him. I don't care if he stuck his finger in a baby's butthole. He's still down for him. These snow heathens are down like 4 flat tires for this dude.
For me, Miss Adverb right here in this comment that I'm highlighting brings up an important point. And even through her drunken stupors, she can still be very poignant. Violent but poignant. You need to pay child support. For those who don't know, Miss Adverb got me pregnant years ago, and I refused to give birth to this baby until she starts paying for it. Until
she steps up.
Until you do right by me.
Right. And accepts her responsibility. Okay. What she said is.
But what I want to say, she says, if you vote for Donald J. Trump, you need your voting rights revoked.
No.
The end. My thing is, it's not about revoking people's rights, Miss Adverb, because that's what they want to do, right? Like, that's why they gerrymander and redistrict and all of this shit, is like to take away the people's voting power. I say, let people vote for Trump as much as they want to, because in neither election, either 2016 or 2020, did he win the popular vote, right?
But he won the electoral vote.
But what I'm going to say is that you could let people vote for Trump. We need to make our system such that one person, one vote means just that.
Well, I agree with
you. This electoral college system is a byproduct of
Pedro.
Jim Crow, Reconstruction, slavery,
Pedro, you're right. Shit. You know what? You're right, but a broken clock could be right twice a day. Okay, because
smoke twice
he can win. I'm gonna read some of we got some of the people in the feed. By the way, thank y'all for watching the show and being part of the show. Maya Baker says there are some of us, people of color, hate who they are and think whites like Trump will save them. That is the truth. Okay, I'm gonna scroll down.
Kanye.
Exactly, Kanye.
Steve Harvey.
Nicole Sandler says, unfortunately, and that's Purse, he could win again. Okay, that's just the facts.
Honestly, I know what y'all mean, because I think we've seen the lengths that they're willing to go through, but given a typical process in America, like the whole thing with 2020 is that Trump clearly did not win. Right? And the other side, the other side is so bad, and he's so bent on pushing the lie and the other side is so bent on believing it that somehow this thing is coming to question. But the reality is that none of it is in question. And if we let the process play out the way it should, and this is very important.
What was
And this is very important because it comes up every now and then
Oh,
in our feed, Shang, where we know we see people every now and then like, well, I ain't voting because they ain't do this for black people and they ain't do black for this for black. But the reality is,
what's up, Breezy JJ?
if we let the process play out and black and brown people show up to vote, and
Okay.
I won't even say who to vote for, right? But when we listen to the rhetoric, when we listen to the talk, when we listen to the policy, whether it exists or not,
Right.
or we listen to the lack of policy, we don't
Lack
hear
of
it.
policy, very much so.
When black people and brown people show up
It's
to participate in the political
Okay.
process, it pushes America in a more progressive
Okay.
left
First
direction.
off, okay there.
Yes.
Okay, Malcolm King. Let me tell you something. Okay.
Malcolm King.
Okay. Whatever
Dr.
there.
Reverend the Honorable
Yeah.
El-Haj Malcolm
Yeah.
King Baz.
Whatever, Farrakhan. Listen. Okay, listen.
Farrakhan artist.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, I'm gonna say no slick name said Lemon Lips could win. I agree.
Sorry, yeah,
But yeah, no, that's fine. And wow, both of these, and I like what AJ Fitz said. Biden, when Biden talks, he reminds me of mumble rapper.
Hey, but that shit slaps right now.
Yeah, that's
I'm
true.
not saying I understand it, but I'm saying the kids are into it,
but the
dog.
kids are into it, and sometimes
So
the
this
beat make you
nigga gotta
dance.
mollywop his way to another.
If he got a trap music, his way in there. But the bottom line,
turn the White House. It's called the White House. Nigga.
Yeah,
You think they
but
selling out that bitch?
see, a lot
Reagan
of
sold cocaine.
that's true.
Unbeknownst to him, but
yeah,
he sold coke.
crack, what mysterious crack. But I'm telling you right now, it's nice, and you know what? Don't y'all think it's kind of quaint that Pedro lives in this little hermetically sealed bubble to think that America
It's just me
wouldn't
and my
do?
bar.
I'm just saying, America wouldn't do some fuck shit like reelect this orange cunt stick. Like, are you serious?
Oh,
They
oh no.
absolutely
I didn't say that.
positively.
Okay, so no.
Oh, yeah.
Let's not misconstrue my standpoint, right?
Oh, okay.
I'm not saying that America would never reelect a Donald Trump. I realize that there is a great sect that a not a majority, but a significant percentage of America that wants to see Donald Trump be president again. And then I think there's a fairly equally significant percentage that would let them would just go along with that so they could get their tax breaks or whatever else they needed out of it. Like if it kept Republicans in power and put Trump in the house, in the White House, like they would do it. Like they might not be Trump fans, but they're what we would call like pussy ass motherfuckers.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
sheeple.
Fuckhead ass niggas. You know what I'm saying?
Sheeple ass people.
Yeah.
And
So
so I hear you.
so I'm not saying that I don't think America as a kind of icon or whatever, as a personality, would never elect Trump or a Trump again. But all I'm saying is that I think Donald Trump is either going to jail or
not going to jail.
plea.
He's already broke.
He's
He already broke his gag order. He already talked shit. He called the despicable Jack Smith in one of his speeches. He called it, and he started talking about Trumpkin. I mean, talk about the judge.
I believe the gag orders were about the judge's staff, and that Jack Smith is trying to protect jurors from being exposed.
He also sent out her address.
No. But all I'm saying is like Trump, as far as I can understand, has ridden the line, is towing the line, is like tight roping this line between compliance and violation of the gag order. But the gag order that Chutkin put on him, I believe, is very specific, which is like, you're not going to talk shit about my clerk or my staff or any of my staff. I'm not sure if she put herself in there, but that being said, I do believe that both Chutkin and any of the other judges involved, once Trump actually does violate any orders that they put forth, that they'll act on it. But it's a line. It's a tightrope that's being walked. But Chutkin was like, "Don't talk shit about my people," and he hasn't done that since then.
Okay, but he has talked shit about Jack Smith.
Right, and so Jack Smith has been like, "Don't talk shit about or expose my jurors."
But he sent out
Jack Smith don't give a fuck. Jack Smith like, nigga, show up. Jack Smith is the chit nigga. Like,
wait,
Jack
now more
Smith
people. Wait a minute.
Jack Smith is Malcolm X out the window, nigga. He's like,
Okay,
he got the gun.
Damas comes in hot. Trump ain't going to jail. That crackers can't be caught. He's the new age gangster. I'm telling you, I agree with him.
Listen, there's no Teflon
okay,
Don.
Pedro fell and hit his head. Pedro fell and hit his head and believes that even with this new information, even with this new fucking, even though
the new information informs us more and more that Trump is going to be convicted.
No, but he's not going to go to jail.
Okay. I've already admitted that ultimately this is for me about his inability to be president again. I don't care if it means he's in jail or it's just part of some plea deal or whatever. But as long as he's not able legally to be president again, I'm okay. And then we can move on to the next fucking demon, Ron DeSantis or Vivek swampy ass cheek motherfucker. His smile is so creepy. He's one of those dudes, when he smiles, I want to knock every tooth out of his fucking mouth. I would never do it. I'm not saying anybody should. It's not what I'm endorsing.
We're flagged already. Pedro got us flagged again.
But I'm expressing my feelings.
Okay. Wow. Hold on. Nadia TV came in.
Okay. Trumpty Dumpty, first of all, says Pedro is damaged goods ever since the hobo box eating he committed. First of all, I didn't eat her pussy, my nigga. I didn't eat her box, dude.
Box beating.
Oh, it is beating. Okay.
See, like, now he's saying other shit. It was box beating.
Okay, box beating. Okay, yeah. I beat it up. Okay. Yeah. No. But how does that? I also eventually got her out of my house.
I have no idea how that correlates. This is the thing. He already did this. Trump already published the address of Fannie Willis. He's testing the limits.
Absolutely.
Okay, so to do something like that, people could actually. Okay, wait a minute, Pedro. Hold up. Do you understand the shit he's doing is putting these people in like grave danger because these crazy people will go to Fannie Willis's house and try to kill her. That's number one. And yet he did it, and the fucking cops saying at his door, handcuffing his ass in Mar-a-Lago and dragging his orange ass out and leaving an orange stain there.
To be honest, that's not that, because he wasn't in violation of a gag order, right? Like, doxing Fannie Willis. And Miss Adverb, listen. If you want to be my next homeless hobo, let me know, girl. Don't get caught up in the feelings, okay? I didn't eat the box. I kicked her out of mine. Eventually, it took a while.
Okay, listen.
It took diplomatic effort.
We're going to move on, but I'm going to say one more thing very quickly. I see what you're saying because of all of the information. And what's the wig? What is it? Wig, the wiggy chick. What's her name?
Oh, Wigsaw.
Wigsaw, aka
Sidney Powell.
Flipper
Jigsaw. Yeah, you got.
Yeah, okay. Whether she did that or not, white America, or a percentage of white America that believes that it always should stay white, it should have been white, that wanted to go back to the old days,
That's redundant. White America's redundant. America means white, and
Well,
white means
everybody
America.
knows that. I mean, I don't understand why you niggers don't
Fuck
get
you
it.
talking about, Shang?
They are going to not prosecute this man to the fullest extent that he did for his accountability. Period. Then that's number one. Number two, this dude is still actually up for the speaker house. So when I see that after the Shitter
He's lost twice.
McShitterson,
He's lost
he
twice
lost twice, but still,
already.
he still got a shot because the Republicans will fall in line because they're a bunch of bitches. So I see what you're
He
saying.
lost worse the second time.
He lost vote, yeah, but I'm just telling you.
But no, he lost more people.
More,
like he lost once and then was like, all right, guys, what's going on? And they were like, you know what? Fuck you more.
than before. If we could take fuck you to another fuck you level,
Like,
if fuck you could mean more than fuck you.
Who else is coming with me?
Yeah. I don't know how you can make fuck you mean more fuck you than fuck you does. Because once you say fuck you, you pretty much are saying what you mean. But they said, no, we mean fuck you even more than we fuck you. And that's what happened. But you know what? He said, we're going to keep running until we get it.
Miss Adverb said, I can't mess with you as long as you keep going to that barber. You know what? These are homemade haircuts since like 1995. So I haven't sat in a bar. A barber has not cut my hair since the mid 90s. Okay. So whatever you see on my head, I don't know what it looks like to you. I don't know if you can see the blend. I did that myself, my nigga, with 2 sets of clippers and 2 mirrors. Okay.
Well, he's very good at it because I don't know, y'all can tell I can't do shit with this. This is
So
just
Miss Ava, I don't know what you paying for your lace front Korean
oh
bullshit or
wait a minute.
whatever. But nigga, this is hold on. I'm gonna take the
shots fired. Why are we
and
fighting?
listen, the hairline is just the hairline.
I know,
Right?
but why
That's hereditary. I can't
Pedro?
this shit, yeah, it used to go across. Yeah, I got a lagoon.
Yeah,
But
why are we
whatever.
fighting? Why are we fighting with
No, because niggas be coming at me, man.
they coming
I be
at-
drinking wine during the
Okay,
day, nigga.
okay, wow, Maya, this is not true. The country has never been white. It is white. There's a bunch of there's a lot of Caucasians or people from the Caucasoid Mountains that came here and Vikings and all kind of shit and feel like it should go back to where they felt if they were running shit. And they're afraid of diversity and they're afraid of the fact that the colorization of America is happening. That that is what's happening right now.
So here's and Miss Adverb said I got a moat, not a lagoon.
Wow.
You know what? You could drown in both. I love you though. Send me some titty pics.
Okay.
I don't know why I said that.
That just it started off like wrong and just said, not enough. I got to make it even more.
Yeah, no, lean in. Maya though.
Only thing you didn't say is put your pussy on the stick on the
Yeah.
What? Put your
Shit
pussy
in
on
the
the
cup
computer
and send
screen.
it to me.
Yeah, like goddamn, Pedro. Yeah, it's been a minute for you. You can tell.
It's two. We'll bring her in 2 dudes, 1 cup.
Yeah.
Listen, we still together. She said we still together. I know you ain't paid for this goddamn baby. It needs its milk. Yeah,
okay,
but
we're
listen, Maya
damn.
Baker. I did want to address Maya real quick.
Okay, and then we're gonna move on to the
when she says this country was never white. The only reason I disagree is because I recognize what she's saying and that there were natives here, and this is my interpretation of what she's saying. And Maya,
American Indians.
I know that you will, always feel free to correct or interject, but I believe that Maya is referring to an indigenous population that existed here before Europeans arrived. But when we say this country, we are talking about the United States of America, which is a European construct, right? So this land before Europeans got here was a coalition and a coexistence of nations, of indigenous nations, Navajo, Seminole, Apache,
Blackfoot.
Right, like just thousands of tribes, right? Who were nations in and of themselves living in this land, united or sometimes in discord. But that's the nuance I would say with my statement is that this was actually this is actually a white nation.
Yeah,
I'll agree because the United States as a nation on the global stage that's recognized by East, West, South, North,
right.
whatever. This is a European construct. It is a
Europeans the
white nation.
contract. So is Portland. So Portland is
But
Portland.
it's like ground zero.
Yeah,
It's
probably
like
it's ground zero. Portland might as well be the Netherlands because it's the same exact shit. The only thing they don't have is the rock formations and really shitty soccer team. Listen, I agree with some of the people in the feed. I disagree with Pedro when it comes to it, and adamantly,
what happened?
hold up,
It was about this
emphatically,
a week ago.
hold up, emphatically, nigga, that emphatically, expeditiously, and produbitably. What?
That's not even a word.
That is a word. That Trump is not going to not only go to jail, he's not going to spend one day in jail. He's not going to spend one day in jail. The mugshot actually made his ratings go up, and with these backward trailer park fuck-face snow heathens that back him, that don't give a fuck about democracy, don't give a fuck about. They definitely don't give a fuck about real justice, and they don't give a fuck about police and how they go about it because they attack them like fucking animals, like zombies. January 6th.
All right.
They attacked the cops.
Yeah, I got you.
In fact, some cops, they said, lost fingers, eyes. And y'all can check it out. There's a documentary. You got to watch this documentary called 4 Hours at the Capitol. It's on
it's
HBO
beautiful.
Max.
It's beautiful.
And they show different angles of the violence where they cracked this dude's, what's his name? His collarbone by crushing him in the door.
Yeah. Also, Nancy Pelosi, her daughter has, I think Alexandra Pelosi has a documentary out on HBO right now, in which she, gets into these conversations with indicted and convicted January 6th insurrectionists, but just common folk. And it's an interesting perspective. I'm going to talk about it later this week, but check that out. But we're going to keep it pushing. Shang, you brought up animals, and we have a few in our midst, in our legislative body, especially and judiciary as well. So I'm gonna bring in two elements of our show, two kind of staple segments
and fuse them.
Yeah. So ultimately, that I'm your boy Black Pedro, and I'm gonna give it to you like this.
Hey, it's your boy Black Pedro, popping in, hey, with another poppin' to let you know what's poppin'.
Hey, it's your boy Black Pedro with another poppin' to let you know what's poppin'. And today when I pop in, I'm like,
motherfucker say what? Yeah, motherfucker say what? Say yeah.
No idea what that was.
No, it was organic.
It was
honestly, the music wasn't even playing when we did it, right? That we both went to vote, I believe, for Joe Biden in the primary. I think that was the primary election.
It was actually the election.
Oh, it was the general election.
And okay. I don't know what I was doing.
But that was 2020 we did that. But either way, man, this is a Black Pedro pop in with a motherfucker say what? To bring you ultimately, I did all of that to bring you this, and then we're gonna talk about it real quick.
This is an insurrection. Throw these people out. What is happening?
Genocide instead of funding it. Blood is on your hands. Gaza's blood is on your hands. Gaza's blood is on your hands. Gaza's blood is on your hands. Let Gaza live.
Okay. So that being said, what we just saw was footage from, and I'm gonna stress this word throughout this whole segment, a peaceful protest at the United States Capitol in support of Palestinians, not in support of Hamas or their behavior, but in support of Palestinians, their need for freedom and autonomy. And honestly, a lot of it was condemnation of Israeli government behavior, not Israelites, not Jewish people overall, but the Israeli government's, aggressive response to Hamas's attack on October 7th. But what that video started with was, of all people,
Marjorie
MTG.
Taylor Greene. No,
No,
that was
not
Marjorie
Marjorie.
Taylor Greene.
No, it stands for Mountain Gorilla.
Oh yeah.
MTG. I'm sorry, I thought it was
Yeah,
Mountain
that's-
Gorilla, but I'm sure her parents named her
Yeah.
something like Marjorie Taylor Greene. But the reality is, Mountain Gorilla called these the people who were clearly peacefully like nobody in there was breaking
throwing
through
blows.
barricaded doors, was stabbing police officers with spears at the top of flagpoles.
And
None of
pitchforks.
them were crushing them indoors
Yeah, that
or
really happened.
calling them N-words or anything like that, right? What we saw was what that space in at its height of conflict should look like, which is political conflict, which should be peaceful protest in response. And that's what it was. It was a group of people who were, asking for relief for Gaza and the innocent Palestinians who have been harmed, as a result. And I think that the world, and definitely America and the Biden administration, has recognized how Israel and Israelis have been hurt by this. And we all see it, and nobody's denying it or trying to downplay it. But the reality is, it's happening on both sides, this peaceful protest. And then you have a nut bucket like Mountain Gorilla, Marjorie Taylor Greene. And then they don't even have mountains in Florida. So it's like, maybe that's why she's pissed, because, she's so furry in such a humid climate. But there's just like no, they're like, it's so hypocritical for her to call this peaceful protest an insurrectionist event in the light of January 6th and her denials of that and her election denials. And I'm surprised she's not caught up in any of these indictments, but my guess is that she's so nut buckety that they didn't let her in the inner circles, because it's like, yeah, this bitch, we'll just let her swing from the trees, but we ain't gonna let her,
Hey, listen.
live in the tree house. But yeah, man, this this is the hypocrisy. Obviously America is pro-Israel all the way in. But it's interesting to watch the Jewish space laser lady now going all in for Israel, and calling peaceful protesters in support of peace for Palestinians the insurrectionists, when on January 6th she would have loved to have swung from a chandelier whispering some
Pedro, we just got a phone call. Yeah, they just came in.
Patch him in.
Patch you in.
Okay. Okay. A little Rampage. Okay, yeah. Rampage called in.
Yeah, first off, I don't appreciate what you're saying, Pedro.
Yeah.
And I think that you're wrong.
That's the first one. She's like, first. Okay. First of all, nigga, where's my bananas?
They are not insurrectionists. They, the people that are actually insurrectionists aren't insurrectionists, and the people that aren't insurrectionists are insurrectionists. Today is upside down day. It's like, yeah, man. When you see that video, you got to admit, why are they even letting this bitch talk? Why? Because she has the shoulder strength
Yeah,
of
no, and I'm not gonna lie, bro. If a dolphin could sit in the Senate and speak eloquently or even intelligibly, I'd probably watch it. So to see an underdeveloped ape of her caliber say words, sometimes it's amazing. You know what I mean? It's like,
y-
oh, that was a sentence.
oh,
But what she says is bullshit. But I guess, she gets airtime because it's like, look at the monkey talk. Like, it's like, yeah, floss your grills on them bitches. But at the end of the day, you realize it's mumble rap. Um, it really has no street value in terms of sales or
yeah.
consciousness within the hip hop movement.
Wow. AJ Fitz said MTG looks like a trans man.
AJ, I need you to apologize to all trans men. Okay,
Yeah.
because
Marge.
because they
Marge
did.
of the jungle. Watch out for that tree.
Yep.
That was Miss Adverb.
I'm like, where would the man in the yellow suit please come get this chick? Curious
Stop it,
Marjorie.
Pedro. Yo, she's
She looks
definitely
like y'all want some boogers. It looks like she just picked her
picked
nose
up
and was like, y'all want a booger too?
yeah, it was me.
I got boogers.
No, I think the fact she's doing that is just again, she's thirsty as fuck and she's doing anything she can to get
Thirst.
any kind of controversy. But the fact that she tries to like justify what she says is just so easily you could throw it out so easily, and yet she got a big voice with the Republicans, which tells you how deep the Republicans are into white nationalism and bullshit and everything else. Okay, and then we're gonna move on because we got to close it out soon. The problem is all the Palestinians are not Hamas. Exactly. Just like all whites are not KKK or MAGA. That part I have a hard problem.
Well, Maya says understanding the distinction creates sympathy and empathy. I agree, Maya, but I think I said it yesterday or the day before, something like that. But like, um, Israel's response to Hamas attacks would be like if black people actually started attacking all white people.
Yep.
Which is something that America's always feared, but has never been anywhere close to
to it.
happening. And it sounds to me sometimes similar to the rhetoric around Palestinians, which is like, well, we got to crush them all, or they're going to retaliate or do whatever. So it's like, for me, the Israeli logic around their response is as irrational as black people should kill all white people, because we've been terrorized. Like the KKK is Hamas to us, right?
White nationalists is Hamas. To
White
us.
national Nazis are Hamas. Right?
Nazis are
But
not
you
only
can't
to us,
start acting like Hamas or Nazis to get rid of Hamas and Nazis,
right?
or
So,
then you just become Hamas
well, let's break it
or
down, Pedro.
Nazis.
They doing too much. You're doing too much, Israel. You're
And
doing
no,
too much, and it's doing too much by thinking that you should throw a wet blanket over all Palestinians, right? And say all Palestinians, all of them are
right.
Hamas. They simply are not.
And Miss Adverb says, but are all, yeah, and that's it. No, we all know, Miss Adverb, that not all Palestinians are
Palestinians are
Hamas,
Hamas. They're just not.
and not even all Hamas are Palestinians, right? Not
Yeah.
all Israelis are Jewish. Not all Palestinians are Muslim.
Not
Right? Like,
all hobo
people
hoes.
live with, like, Palestine and Israel. First of all, hobo hoes have
Not all hobo
no
hoes,
lands,
right?
no claimable
Try to
lands.
occupy people's houses. Some of them
But
like sleeping in the streets.
no, but
Not all. Not
Israel,
all.
no, but Israel and Palestine, in all seriousness, are constructs. They are cultural nationalistic states that have been created. So they're just imaginary lines drawn across lands, right? So a Palestinian, just like an American, could be Muslim, Christian, uh, Jewish, or atheist, or Hindi or a Buddhist. You know what I mean? Like there's you can be a religion and a nationality, and they might not. In America, we're not supposed to have religion and state tied, but in a lot of these countries,
It is all one thing.
religion and state is tied
It's
together.
exactly the
But
same
you
thing.
could live in that country and not be part of the state religion.
But right now, the way that the Palestinians have been treated for the past 70 years and the way they've been treated by
It's tough.
Israel is some tough shit. And so one guy said that's like blaming the woman that's being raped for fighting against the rapist. And it's like, yo, if you've been
You can't charge her with assault.
right, you got so many people treating those people so badly. Hamas was formed out of that mistreatment. And the reason they're so extreme, Hamas is so extreme, is because one, they're extreme as fuck.
Right.
But they feel like we gonna come at you hard as fuck, as you do us.
To stick with the grape analogy that you brought up.
I'm sorry. I mean,
no, but it was all good. No. I mean, like, listen, we use the extreme analogies when talking about extremism, right? So it makes sense to me, and I don't think we're coming from a disrespectful place. But the reality is like, Hamas would be like if women decided to just start attacking men before they got raped, right? Which, to a certain degree, depending on how you interpret grape statistics, right? It like typically is a man assaulting a woman sexually. So
that is
part of me could empathize and be like, okay,
I get it.
I see why a group of women or a lot might want to preempt this, but also it would be extremist behavior and ignoring the fact that not all men do this, right? Like, this is not how most men act, but
there's a percentage
statistically
of men,
man to man, woman to woman, a woman doesn't know what her chances are, right? So I can empathize with that mentality of wanting to preempt something as a black person, as black men in society, right? Like,
I understand it, but it's wrong.
there's part of us that's like, well, shit, we should have, like, we say it all the time, like, why the fuck is George Zimmerman still alive? Like, why do we let a man like that kill a child in our community and walk away? But the reality is the laws don't allow us to do that, and blah blah blah.
And there's a lot of other reasons.
Right.
But Maya Baker says, back to Miss Abra, the state does know, just like they haven't classified KKK as a terrorist group. Yes, they have. They have classified KKK.
Who's they? The Department of Justice?
The CIA.
The CIA.
Yeah, CIA has. But aside from the fact that the conversation always goes a different direction, but that's how savage we are. We don't stick within the perimeters and the lines of what they tell us to do.
Well, I think. Sorry, I just want to interject because to Maya's point, I do believe that the KKK still has religious organization status. So I don't feel like officially the United States have declared. They've declared white supremacy as an ideology, the number one, sort of terrorist threat, domestic terrorist threat. But to Maya's point, and I hope you're looking it up right now, Shane. I'm not sure that
wrong.
the KKK.
I'm wrong.
Yeah, I don't think the KKK has been. I think they have actually like almost church status, like religious group status, like the Burning Cross and all of that.
Right.
I think they have religious group status. Like, I don't know if it's like, tax-free shit, but I think their First Amendment certified.
Oh wait, the FBI. I'm sorry, the FBI. Though considered progressive in their technique and style, the film. Yes. Yeah. No, they don't. They.
No. The KKK can totally operate as they've been doing.
And it's that way. And the KKK does get a write off for sheets, which I think is fucked up.
Yeah.
It's kind of fucked up.
Depending on the thread count, they can do
Yeah, if it's an extra thread count, not so much, but the lower thread count.
Yeah. As far as I knew, the KKK is still a viable, functioning organization within the United States that falls under the purview of either church status or just
right, which
shit.
shows you again, and I'm gonna circle back to the reason that I think that snow heathens are the people that are in position of power.
Ice crickets.
Ice crickets,
Milk
or
monkeys.
yes, milk monkeys can get away with this shit is because America, a lot of America's society is founded on that bullshit. It's founded on the racist bullshit. I think the cops used to be called nigger catchers or some shit like that. Like no, like the whole
slave catchers.
Slave catchers, but you know,
I mean, that's what they said in their head.
in their heads, and a lot of cops still have that mentality. So I think that America still has a mentality. That's why when I looked it up, the KKK is not considered a terrorist group, even though that's exactly what they were doing, terrorizing. They weren't.
Yeah.
They weren't reading the Bible to cripple black kids. They was trying to kill and hang crippled kids.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody. They were beating women up, cutting the babies out, and let the baby fall out, and then taking the baby and feeding it to crocodiles. So I don't even know how black people still can forgive them. Even when I see
I'm not sure we've forgiven.
You know. I'm just
We're
saying.
just trying
There's
to find a way to move forward.
Oh, thank you, JRA NYC. Yeah, we were doing. I did Godfrey's done. It got real heated though, JR. Wow. We got.
He said you were so dope on Godfrey's podcast, man. Shout out Godfrey.
Yeah, I mean,
we
was having it, but the bottom line is, I think that right now, if you look at America, if you look at how things are going.
Oh shit!
What?
Kevin Keith. I'm sorry, Kevin Keith brought up a great point. He
All
said,
right, what did he say? Okay, got it.
5013C. They wouldn't be able to purchase weapons if they were classified as a domestic terrorist group. They, meaning
the KKK.
The KKK. Kevin Keith, you know what, brother?
That was
that's a good one. You know, and I'll look it up to verify it. And that's not doubting what, but that makes totals like
that makes sense.
We know that 2A, the Second Amendment, is this highly coveted aspect of specifically white male American society. So if you're telling me that the KKK is not classified officially as a domestic terrorist group because it would infringe upon their 2A rights, I there's no way I could argue that.
So that's what America
doesn't make sense, right?
That's why Trump ain't going to jail. Sorry to bring it back to that. That's why Trump ain't going to jail. He might get indicted.
Now you tying this shit that ain't got nothing to do with nothing.
Wait a minute, it
does.
We're
talking about Second Amendment and this nigga.
And that's why Trump ain't going to jail, and that's why white hobo hoes feel the fucking white privilege that they can just take over a person's house and not leave when they were asked to leave.
No, that's true. That's true. I asked cordially. It's not like I wiped my dick on her forehead and was like, "Bitch, get the fuck out." You know what I mean? I offered her a ride. I didn't hold her against the wall by her neck and was just like, "Bitch." Like I was like, "If you need a ride, or I could Uber you somewhere," but she just tried to colonize my shit. Anyway, I digress.
No, the audience digress. Yo, Savage AF, make sure you check us out on all social media platforms. If you don't, you stink and you don't love your baby Jesus, if you believe in that type of thing. But make sure that you check us out. You see the subscribes right there scrolling, and not just scrolling, but you got to use your thumbs and also like us. You don't click the bell, you go to hell. That's the new thing. Don't click the bell, you go to hell.
And that's not our rules. That's God.
That's just in the Bible.
That's your God.
That's in the Bible. Psalms chapter Savage
burn your
45.
ass up. Yeah, it's like,
It
I
says,
love you so much, I'll burn you in hell if you
God
don't do the one
forsaketh
thing I
love
say.
his creation so much that he said that thy shall make sure that you like and subscribe to Savage AF. Now that's not my words. That's
That's the Lord.
that's your God.
That's the Lord.
My God has really big titties and always rubs my back when I'm tired. Yeah, I don't know where I went with that. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you follow us on social media. If you do, you are a good person. If you don't, you're a bad person. Follow at Black Pedro. Also, follow at Comedian Shang. Don't forget us on Threads. Threads is gangster. I mean, right now I'm rocking with it. At Black Pedro and at Comedian Shang on Threads. It's the slower, like,
It's the
stepchild
twin cousin. It was
of
born
of
17 years
of
later, but yeah.
old school X. I mean Twitter X,
Yeah.
which is called X now.
It's like when
And
your mama was the tight one, and then her sister was a little bit slower, and then like so her kids, the other
the other one.
cousins,
Yeah.
and they don't do
Yeah. Why
everything
everybody's
right the
saying
same
it.
way.
Yeah. Kevin Keefe did a mic drop. That was a mic drop. Woof. That was a mic drop.
No, yeah, no, that was
a mic drop. My Shangri today is pretty much what we already covered. So it's pretty much self-explanatory. Oh, hey everybody. Hello, people. Hey, listen. America is the home of the bullshit and land of the fuckery because it just won't accept that America is full of shit. It's bullshit. Bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. And everything they say is bullshit. Oh, we're going to really have equality and we're going to definitely reform the police. And sounds like fucking bullshit to me.
Are we though?
No, that's what was told.
Okay.
They said that they were going to actually try to really actively help people that were having mental issues. And this is like 20 years ago. And the homeless situation. That, my friends, is bullshit.
It's bullshit.
The fact
It's bullshit.
The fact that they said that they were going to actually have a bipartisan government that's going to move forward to help all people, not just a portion of people. Guess what that is? That, my friend, dang, is bullshit.
It's bullshit.
It's bullshit. It is bullshit. The bullshit meter is beyond. I'm calling bullshit on all of that. I think they should just be realistic, say exactly what the fuck it is, and go from there. I don't think Americans can actually have accountability for their own bullshit because they're so full of shit they can't say the real shit.
It's bullshit.
Tell people the truth. Okay? Everything that guy just said.
Spanky. Oh, Spanky was my nigga, dog.
Well, everything that guy just said was bullshit. I'm not bullshitting you because I do think that America, some of the promises that they said, equality, we're all equal and all that other stuff, all the shit they say is bullshit. So if y'all think I'm right, you can make a comment and share this with people. But I really think that America needs to stop with the bullshit and start saying the real shit. Because the real shit, actually, I'd rather have a woman tell me that I don't like you because of such and such instead of bullshit me after 6 meals at very fancy restaurants. And then all of a sudden you decide you don't want to go out with me after you didn't have me spend $1,500 for dinner.
Three
yeah,
minutes?
I got personal. But yeah,
you gotta cut her off. She drink too much.
She drink way too much. Like
It's
2
like
bottles, really?
Food,
2 bottles?
food don't really.
So make sure that you understand. We need America to stop with the bullshit and make sure to stop to that shit. And that's what shit I think. All right. Okay.
Hey.
Wow. Somebody said I have a lady god that looks like not Pam Grier. Yeah, because Pam Grier had the best nipples in the business. I don't know if you. So you might be too young. You might be too young to know who Pam Grier's nipples are.
It's like you're old enough to know Pam Grier, but not her nipples.
Not her nipples.
Yeah,
Until you
calm
seen
down.
the original Foxy Brown, baby.
I used to live in a building in Koreatown on the same floor, not at the same time, but I was told, legend had it, that on the floor that I lived on, the third floor of this building in Koreatown,
Right.
both Pam Grier and at some point Chico DeBarge, Detroit, what up though? Both lived on that floor in that exact same building. What up though, y'all?
Wow. Okay. Well,
Foxy Brown. That has not helped my life out at all.
but it's a nice
But it
thing
was
to
just
let
like a
people
little
know.
story, like to leave people with right before we end this show. I just thought,
And WDMA, I'm not kidding you. Pam Grier was my crush too. God damn, she was fine.
yeah.
No,
she was like one of those catch-ups for me where, I think I saw her in like Jackie Brown.
Oh,
I was
you
like,
saw her later. I'm
yeah,
talking about
yeah.
young. No, she was
And I knew the name, but I never watched
she was
like
fine in that. But she was super fine when she was young.
who was she? Foxy Brown, Cleopatra Jones. Like I never seen those movies at that point. So, my first introduction to her was as an actor was kind of like later in her career.
Oh, but you didn't see
And
her.
still the creepy young 20-year-old in me was like, man, I would eat the lunch lady's booty. Like if she was serving square pizza slices, I'd be like, can I get another slice?
Can I
You
have
know what
a
I'm saying?
slice?
Like,
No,
hey.
like if you got to see her when she was young, and I'd like her when she's old. I would take it whatever age. But I'm saying,
Miss Aver on some
stunning.
random shit. Miss Aver said her and my auntie used to roller skate. Everybody auntie used to roller skate. Do you mean together or just within the same years? Because I feel like everybody auntie used to roller skate. You know what I'm
Yeah, I think that. Yeah, aunties. I think that was mandatory. If you became an aunt, they handed you roller skates.
saying? It was like, now go watch these kids on a Sunday afternoon.
Oh yeah, she was also coffee. If you get a chance, Pedro,
I was gonna say coffee as well. Yeah.
Google. When I'm talking to young Pam Grier. Woo, Jesus. But
Was she Cleopatra Jones too, or am I wrong
I
about that?
believe so. I believe she was.
Please correct me if I'm
But
wrong about
yeah,
that.
back in she was friends with my auntie Connie and Marie. Okay, now.
Okay, I just needed some verification, Miss Aver.
Oh,
That's all.
and now if I hear somebody say she went to my church, that's it.
She
We're
just like,
done.
she used to be my pastor when we was in sixth
Guess who
grade.
used to
Stop.
babysit me and rub cocoa butter on my knees? It
Stop.
was her. Check this out. I won't be here tomorrow because I'll be on a plane. I'll be on a plane actually landing at that time. I'll be in Florida. Make sure you check me out. And
You didn't tell me you were flying internationally.
man,
Make
all
sure
I
you
know
got
is
your
that
passport, nigga.
all I know is they said they're gonna check my teeth before I actually get off the plane. Just like because they also, but
right.
it's a lot of money.
JRA says no, not Cleopatra Jones. Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you, because I thought you was. I'm lumping her in with
I'm
all
not
that.
fully versed on all my black exploitation. I ain't gonna
But
lie.
you know what? I will get caught up. Shit, fuck
Kevin
that.
Key says she used to braid my hair. Here you go, John. Everybody know Pam.
Everybody that knew Pam Grier. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? My first hand job. Guess who? Pam Grier.
Carolina Boss said Will Smith dated her. And she dated after Tupac did, though.
Yeah, it was after Tupac. And that's
that
why
was
they broke up.
That was his first sloppy seconds after Tupac.
All
right, man.
But
All
check
right,
this
Shang.
out.
Yeah, so
if you're in Florida, Fort Lauderdale, come check me out. I didn't make this flyer, but it makes me look like, I ain't funny at all.
No, it looks like you're about to do an NPR tiny house.
Yeah,
or a tiny room or whatever.
Tiny desk.
Tiny desk.
Yeah, it's Rose and Alfred Mancini Performing Arts Center tomorrow in Fort Lauderdale, Florida.
Oh yeah, the whole name is too white. First of all,
yeah. So it's very white.
It's named after two white people performing center.
So it's
when white people put their name on a performing center, it's like,
well, that's the one I'll be at.
You killed a lot of natives to take over.
You killed a ton of natives. Also, if you get a chance, we're going to have the flyer done and we're going to be at the Ontario Improv November 1st. Inbox myself or Black Pedro on IG. Also, you got to add them. So you can get free passes if you live in Ontario, San Bernardino, Riverside area. You get free tickets for the show. Also, November 5th, I'll be at Mic Drop Comedy Club at Clara Mesa, California. And then I'll be in Las Vegas at the LA Comedy Club. I'll be at the LA Comedy Club November 6th through the 12th in Vegas. Again, free guest list. Free guest list.
Oh,
Free guest list in Las Vegas. So make sure you check it out. But make sure you get your tickets as soon as possible. Not tickets, they're free. Passes to November 1st. And all next week, we're going to be promoting it for the next 2 weeks. November 1st, it'll be myself, Black Pedro. LJ Brown is the host. And
also, you're going to see multi-outfits.
and
that
Jason-
brother be suited and booted.
So Jason Rogers. So make sure you check us out. Thank y'all for supporting it. Oh, shout out to Harlem. Shout out to Harlem, New York.
The whole Harlem?
Shout out because everybody that came out to my show at Comedy in Harlem, thank you for packing that bitch out. Shout out to Harlem. Shout out to Manhattan for coming to check me out at Golf and Comedy Club. Manhattan, money making Manhattan. Shout out to Yonkers, New York for coming out and packing out the shows at the Yonkers Comedy Club. Shout out to all the shows that are there, The Stand, and everybody else that came out to see me in New York City and showing support. That motherfucker was packed. Shout out to B Flat and Jamie, everybody. It was such a great show. Thank you, New York City, for still rocking with me heavy.
That's it, y'all. Savage AF, man. Fuck your feelings. Facts matter. Black Pedro, comedian Shang. You know, I might just call it for the week, dog, because I don't even know if I'm gonna do a Joe Solo tomorrow.
All right, but we'll be back Monday, and then
we'll come back on. We'll come back on Monday
until I go to Vegas.
Yeah,
and then Vegas, I'll be able to take my laptop with me. And do the show. So
enjoy your weekend, though. We know what it is.
Right.
Savage AF. Fuck your feelings. Guys, stay black if you are black. That's a thing to do.
That's very important.
Do not be black if you are not black. That's not good. I don't think it's legal in most states. Like,
don't date women that look like this.
Hey, keep your finger out your nose, which Marjorie also was doing. She's like, "Y'all want boogers?
You sure you want a booger?
You want a booger?
I got a booger.
I got a booger."
That's so stupid. Yo, I'll see y'all in a minute. Later.